Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to Final Trade. We're going to take our release day look at Ravnica Remastered collector boxes and answer the question we've all been wondering. Did it manage to beat Unfinity? And of course, the reason we focus on this is that in the 2+ years that I've been collecting data in this tool, Unfinity is the worst selling collector box we've seen so far. Now, technically, March of the Machine Aftermath sold worse, but it kind of doesn't count because it was just such a lazy, cynical cash grab from WotC. The cards on a per card basis in Aftermath were 3 or 4 or 5 times as expensive as a traditional standard set. So it was kind of destined to fail from the start, and it was just a shit test against the community to see if they would buy the cards. So in the whole pre-release period up to and including release day, Ravnica Remastered collector boxes sold 505 boxes on TCG Player at a total of $134,000 for an average price of $265 per box. Now, the break-even price for the small card store in the US to pay real shipping and to pay the high fees on TCG Player or eBay and simply break even is $275. So the average price through the whole pre-sale and release day period was $265. So already a lot of stores can't sell this profitably on the big marketplaces. But today, if you go out and you look on eBay, $233 today. So virtually no one but the distributors pretending to be retailers on eBay can sell these on a big marketplace even one day after release and make money. And it makes sense. The set is very weak. The Shocklands are already down to the $8 to $15 range, regardless of which combination you want. And so, of course, we will put Unfinity on here. And last week we had seen that Unfinity was just barely still ahead, and it was going to be a neck and neck race. And we see right at the end, Ravnica Remastered just barely failed to match Unfinity collector boxes in terms of total pre-sale dollars in their respective lifetimes. So yes, Unfinity beat Ravnica Remastered. And now maybe the more interesting and less comical and tragic comparison is Dominaria Remastered, since it released in the same time slot last year, January of 2023, and it was also a remastered set. So we'll throw that up there as the yellow line. And something you'll see is that Dominaria Remastered collector boxes sold $399,000 worth of product in its pre-release period and through its release day 1 year ago. So right at a 3-to-1 difference. 3-to-1 advantage of Dominaria Remastered over Ravnica Remastered merely 1 year later. And really what this underscores is the destruction of good faith between WotC and stores and between WotC and the end buyers. When you spend an entire year dumping Dominaria Remaster collector and draft boxes on Amazon, you print too many to start with, and you wreck what was otherwise an amazing set. Well, then when the next reprint set comes around a year later, released in the same slot, no one has any faith in it. And they bought 1/3 as much at the end user level on TCG Player because of that. And that's the real tragedy. The real tragedy is, WotC probably sold pretty similar amount, but they sold it to distributors who are stuck holding the bag right now. Distributors pass it on to card stores, which, as I've already shown with the average prices and today's prices, card stores are stuck with it unless they can sell it to their walk-ins or unless they hosed their other customers and pre-sold it to them at much higher prices. And this is why I always warn people during this bear market, don't buy too early, don't pay too much. The prices will come down. The Shockland prices are already coming down and are incredibly weak. The serialized cards will not hold up the value of this product. The anime cards, yeah, some people like them, but it's not enough to hold up these collector box prices. I think these are going to come down at least another 10, 20, maybe $30. Maybe we'll be surprised and 6 months from now we'll be buying them for $140 like we did Dominaria Remastered last year. So tragic, but predictable given the idiocy over at WotC these last couple years. Eventually, they'll pull out of it, but this is probably not the set. Maybe Murders at Karlov Manor will be the set. We'll keep going forward one set at a time and see when they eventually start to fix these problems. Well, let me know what you think, guys. Thanks to everyone who makes this content possible, especially my generous supporters on Patreon. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and join me on Final Trade.